Hello, and welcome to this episode of Cooking Under Protest, where it's gonna be a difficult one because, see, this is part of why I cook under protest, because some days absolutely everything in the kitchen that could go wrong decides to go wrong. For example, the recipe I'm making today calls me to process food. I don't have a food processor. Now, last time I made this recipe, I used my blender. But I can't find the base of my blender right now because we moved in October. So, I thought that's fine. I'll just use my smoothie machine. I found the base of my smoothie machine, but I can't find the cups that latch into it because I knew where they were, but we had a plumbing accident. So I have this hand mixer thing. It's not mine, it's my husband's, because as previously discussed, he actually knows how to cook. I've never used this, ever. I'm wiping it down with a Lysol wipe. I think he used it one time. Stick blender is probably not a food processor. And if anybody who's watching this and actually knows how to cook, you're probably about to laugh at me like there's no tomorrow. And I would not blame you, because I don't know what I'm doing today at all. Even a little. So this is going to be one of those kind of episodes, and I'm not even going to get to make the entire recipe because I have to leave in 15 minutes. Alright, so this is just one of those days. And now everything's not to fall. Yep. There it goes. Everything's falling. Good. It started off like an okay day, but boy, is it backpedaled on me. Okay. So, we're making a vegetarian meal, and some of you might be excited about that. This is the recipe, which usually I don't share till the end. But I might forget when the end gets here. Now, I'm not following the recipe exactly, because there's some stuff in here that I don't actually like jalapeno peppers. I'm allergic to them, so that won't be happening. You feel free to do what you want to do. Okay, it calls for 2 navel oranges. Luckily, I got a navel orange from someone yesterday. But that's 1, not 2. For those of you that can count, those are 2 different numbers. I told you everything's going wrong, man. And yeah, I'm just trying to make this recipe because I had a dream. I had like an actual dream, like I was asleep dreaming. I had an idea for a game. It's called Push. It might be awesome. It's probably lame. No, it's a really good idea. I just don't know if it's going to actually happen because it does require some participation from the audience. And that means having an audience. Okay, so we've got to cut the orange into small pieces. I always take the this part, the top piece that came off of the tree, and I always put that down on my cutting board because this side varies. I have no idea why I chose a paring knife for this. This was not my intention, and I just sliced completely through, which was also not my intention, but okay. One of those days. It's all about the he said, she said. Okay, anyway. I don't know how many song lyrics you're allowed to quote on YouTube. So, we just won't. Well, I'm usually a lot better at slicing oranges. Okay. So, once you've got it open, it's probably fine. It's not like I'm actually having orange slices in the literal just eating orange slices thing. I know some people don't care. They'll eat that middle white piece. I'm not some people. And if you're waiting for me to be other people, boy, are you on the wrong page. Okay. Yeah. Okay. There's just no good way to do this, other than carefully. I don't remember how I did this last time, because honestly, it's been several years since I made this recipe. Years, guys. Years. And I don't remember how I did it last time. I was just on a kick of experimenting. Excited to do new things. And was trying to learn to cook, and I don't know. That didn't last because things kept not working out, and my frustration level very high. You'll notice I did cut toward my finger there, but I took my finger away before the knife got near it. It's not 100% safe, and if you have not been operating a knife for more than 20 years, I would not suggest it. Even then, some people still cut themselves, so play with caution. But I actually don't even know how else you would cut this thing, so you want to be careful when we're cutting the orange to cut above the white part. Because even when you're making a recipe that calls for the zest of an orange, that would be the outside here. But once you get to the white part, that's no longer the zest. I don't know if there's anything that actually does call for that white part. I've never seen anything. So, yeah. See, I guess another way to do it would be like this. That's a little inefficient. But I didn't cut toward any body parts. I had an opportunity to remove this center white piece. So, there you go. That would be another way you could cut that. Not very efficient, but you could just take your knife and slowly dance right between the peel and the actual fruit part that you wanted. And then the knife would not be going towards you and could not cut your finger. So, there, safe way. Of course, if you are a child, you should still make your parents do this for you, or guardians, or whatever sober adult you can find. I don't know. Because I have no idea at what age it's appropriate to operate knives. I probably shouldn't be operating them until I was like 30. I don't know. You're like, oh, you're kidding. Oh, I'm really not. But then there's some people, like my brother, who could cook, and he was allowed to use sharp knives when he was like 6. So, yeah, nobody taught him how to cook. He just came out of the womb knowing. I'm not kidding. He was still in diapers, pulling the chair up to the stove, and was cooking. Not kidding. Dead serious. He could outcook me. He was still in diapers. Is that directly related to part of the reason that I don't like to cook? Oh, probably. Thank you, psychology. Okay. So, there's no really good way to lift that and show it to you. This is not the bowl that we want this one. Nope. That was a close one. Whoo! That was a close one. Ha! Okay. Let's not completely screw up everything. These bowls are from IKEA, by the way. I have 2 sets of them, which is why this one's darker blue, because I got this one first and I loved it so much I went back and got another set, and by that time it's a slightly different blue. I don't know if they still have them. Probably an entirely different color by now. Who knows? These are from a long time ago. But they have not so much rubber, because I'm not allergic to it, but a pretty firm base there. Okay. Oranges. Now, as I said, I don't have 2 oranges, although that was a fairly large orange. So we're going to make up for it with a mandarin, because I happen to have one of these. I know, it's like when everything goes wrong, you just improvise and you make do, and we don't sit around and whine about it. We just get up and fortify. Keyword, fortify. And you figure shit out. Stuff out. Things out. Whatever. Yeah, I'm not cutting this because it's super tiny. And it's a mandarin. I can just peel it. Maybe it's a tangerine. I honestly don't know what it's in the package. Does it matter? Does it really? I'm sure if you grow them, it matters. Sure, it matters to the farmer. Do I look like I grow things like that? No, this is not the citrus state. This is Pennsylvania, or the Keystone State. We have grapes and apples and potatoes and corn and tobacco, I think. Alright. No, those are small enough. It's fine. Okay. Now we're going to show you some real magic. You might even learn something by accident here today. Oh boy. It's a bag of onions. Look inside and you're like, oh no, the onions have gone bad. They're sprouting things. Yeah, those onions are sprouting. See that thing up to the top? Those are scallions, also known as green onions. Yeah, that's what that is. Now you could let them grow and throw them out, which is what most people do. But I'm going to use them. Now these are smaller than I wanted because I thought that I had a longer one in there, and I do not. Yeah, whatever. Now you don't want to cut too low because way down there, where it's white, the white part of the scallion, especially way at the bottom, is not good. It is not good eats. We do not. I think it might even be poison because they're a root vegetable. I don't really know. Anyhow, and you don't want to use all the way at the top because for some reason people don't. Boy, that's pretty limited, huh? Yeah. Usually these things are a heck of a lot longer. But whatever. Oh, that's all good. Okay. So, just gonna put that really little, getting rid of these little bib top pieces. like a ton of scallions anyway, so that is fine. You could also go to the store and just buy scallions, red onions, whatever, but if you have an onion and it's sprouted and you're like, oh my god, what will I do? Now you know that's a scallion at the top and you can actually use it. However, once your onion has sprouted scallions, the onion has completed some sort of chemical process and is probably not as tasty. I don't really know what the whole deal with that is. Okay, next they recommend fresh basil. And if we weren't under quarantine, I'd probably go to the store and get some fresh basil. But I am under quarantine, so basil leaves that are dried. And I'm just making do. Okay, basil leaf. Garlic clove. As I have previously stated, I use this. Yep, I'm fine with that. And Alton Brown used it. So, good enough for Alton Brown, good enough for me, that's for sure. Okay, garlic clove, lime juice. I need 1 tablespoon of fresh lime juice. This is a tablespoon. Alton Brown's also just recently did a thing proving that our imperial system often has inaccurate measuring devices, whereas the metric system is much more stabilized, even after all this time. So, yeah. So if you don't have it exactly super perfect, don't worry. The world won't end. Okay. We also need 2 teaspoons of olive oil. Now, as I said, this is a tablespoon, not a teaspoon, but it has a little marking on the inside that is 4 teaspoons, even though there's a separate teaspoon in this set. I don't know, it's old. I inherited it from my great-grandmother. So, maybe they were more efficient back in the whatever decade she bought this in. These could easily be 100 years old. I'm not even kidding. They look more like the 70s, though, to me, but who knows. Okay, and a dash of salt, which I will be using Jane's. As I said before, I like it. Alright, that is the salsa. Now, I realize if I put that jalapeno in it, it would taste much more like the kind of salsa that you're used to. I, however, don't like jalapeno, so my salsa is not going to have any spice in it at all. Nice. Look at that. It's fine. This is supposed to just chill for an hour. So, that is now made. And that could go in the refrigerator and chill for an hour. Okay. Now, this is what this is actually for this time. We're supposed to put 3 of the 4 cups of black beans into a large bowl. And then we process the remaining and then stir the whole mixture together. Okay, so we're going to process first. So we're just going to put 1 of the cups of black beans into the bowl for right now. Now the black beans were in a can, and I rinsed them off until the water ran clear, because that's what you do with canned black beans. Okay. Back into the bowl. Alright. And then add 2 eggs. Yes, I set my eggs on my cutting board, but let me tell you, this is America. America. And our eggs are pasteurized, which, as far as I know, means they're washed off. Other countries don't wash their eggs. Then they don't have to refrigerate them. I don't know how long that lasts. I don't know a lot of details. But I heard that once, and I'm like, seriously? That's the difference? Okay, well. It's not the same as milk pasteurizing, which has some sort of entirely different meaning. And although I do think that to have pasteurized milk, it means they have to wash the cow's udders before milking them. I'm not really positive. If you're interested in pasteurization, I suggest that you look it up on your friendly neighborhood search engine, because my knowledge is limited. And I'm supposed to already be getting ready to walk out the door. So, we really got to kick this into high gear. Okay. I've never used this before in my life. It looks like. Oh, that's how you separate it. Okay. Ooh. See what I'm doing at all? Let's see if that makes a difference. Well, it's mixing the egg pretty well, but it's not really doing anything at all to the black beans. They are still whole. This is not even remotely going to work. Wow. Okay. So, I will have to wait until my husband gets home and can tell me what he did with the cups that go to my smoothie maker, or can tell me where the other part of my blender is, because I can't continue until I have a way to smash those black beans. And now that there's an egg involved, I can't even think of other ways. If I hadn't had the egg already in there, I probably could have put the black beans on here and just actually smash them with a hammer or something. But the egg's already involved, so that's out. Yeah. So later on I will be adding other ingredients and following the rest of the recipe, basically. Putting it all together and cooking it up. But obviously that's not going to happen today. I hope you've enjoyed watching my failure. This is cooking under protest. And today I'm protesting this recipe because, as delicious as it will turn out, I did not expect to fail this bad. Thanks for watching. Please ridiculously like this video. Comment with some words of love, because I need it. Subscribe if you want to, and check out Push on my blog. I'll include the link then. Thanks. Bye.